Good day, everybody. Welcome to the Bible in a Year 2021. We are on day 293, and we are reading through Matthew 16 and Mark 8. Just double check that because my brain's not what it used to be. Again, this is an interesting passage that really challenges the disciples, because we're talking about the yeast of the Pharisees and of Herod, which the disciples weren't really getting. They weren't understanding. And Jesus is saying, like, come on, guys, you saw what I did with multiplying. You don't think that I can provide those physical needs? You really think that I'm talking about bread? You know, I'm talking about the teaching of the Pharisees, the teaching of Herod, which just permeates everything. And then he went on to tell them that, you know, he was giving them the keys of the kingdom. He was giving them the riches. He was making available to them the deep things that he was speaking of, that they would get to experience this, and that they in turn would be teachers of concerning the things of the kingdom. And that sounds fantastic, doesn't it? Who of us doesn't like that idea of promotion? Yeah, it's more work, but more prestige, right? Well, we're not really supposed to see it that way in the kingdom, but that's how some people see it. I keep saying that blessing actually means more work. that's what it is to receive blessing from the Lord. You know, it entails more work, and we should be glad for that. Promotion. Most people don't want promotion, to be honest, because they know that it entails more responsibility. But we're actually supposed to seek that. Promotion means that we're learning and we're growing, and He's given us greater capacity, and that should excite us about our relationship with Him. And so He's talking about that, you know, they can't understand this simple thing when He's talking about the yeast. And yet He's also promising them that they will have the kingdoms, or that they will have the keys of the kingdom. That's pretty awesome in the growth that they're about to experience. But it also means that there are things that they're going to have to face, and right away, as soon as He starts that, He starts with the first explaining of His death, of what's coming. You know, he's told them that these things are going to be revealed to you, but here's the hard thing that comes with it. You guys are just going to have to accept the fact that I'm going to Jerusalem. I'm going to face some really terrible things at the hands of the elders and the Pharisees and the scribes, and I'm going to be crucified. I'm going to die, and then on the third day, I'll be back. Well, do you know what? You know what happens, right? Soon as they hear that I'm going to die, the I'll be back is kind of lost in the translation, and there's panic, and he has to deal with Peter, and he actually tells Peter that you know, he turns around and he says, "Get behind me, Satan," because he's hearing the enemy's voice in there. He's hearing the temptation in that to try to find a different way. And he actually says to Peter, "Stop it. You'll be a stumbling block to me." Whoa, what? Did you hear that? You'll be a stumbling block to me? One of the disciples could be a stumbling block to Jesus? That tells you the intimacy of the relationship that they had, and that they were in that inner place with Him, and that they could cause Him to entertain some thoughts that He could not afford to entertain. And I know that sounds like blasphemy for some people, you know, but no, like those temptations had to be true. There's always two trees, and there had to be two trees for Jesus. There's the right way and there's the wrong way. In every situation, we always have choices, and Jesus had to have choices, or the sacrifice was powerless. It meant nothing, and we know it meant everything. So this is a lot to put on the plates of these disciples. and they're at the point of breaking. So yesterday we were looking at that point of faith breaking, and some abandon Jesus. And here again at this point, I mean, their expectation is Jesus is bringing in a physical kingdom that they're all going to get to reign with him, and they haven't received that revelation yet, but they will receive it because they will be given the keys of the kingdom. But they will have to, and we know there's a passage where they were wondering who was the greatest, and Jesus asked them if they could drink the cup that he was going to have to drink, and they said yes without even understanding it. But he said, yeah, you will drink that cup. Wow. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to leave it there because I'm running late. You guys be blessed, be encouraged. Yeah, always look for that promotion, that growth, but understand it doesn't mean things get easy. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.